In this latest video, I'll be looking at the PlayStation exclusive Starhawk, and I'll also be looking at the recent Xbox Live Arcade game, Minecraft, which is of course the port of the PC version. So let's get to it. Kicking off with Starhawk. Starhawk is the sequel to the PlayStation release title, Warhawk. It does feature a fully loaded single player campaign, however it only lasts around 6 to 8 hours, so it is a relatively short affair. You could call it a bigger version of a tutorial, you know, ready for the multiplayer matches, which is where this game's strength lies. It's in its multiplayer. Like its predecessor, Starhawk relies upon on-foot sections and jumping into planes, or Starhawks as they're called in this new one, and flying around. These can also transform into big walking mechs, which is pretty impressive. The animation looks very Transformerish as well. In this latest title, they've wanted to improve the on-foot sections of the title because, let's be honest, in Warhawk it wasn't a lot of fun running around on the ground. Starhawk, however, it's a lot more tasty. They've improved the weapons. You've got a great selection of weapons, so you don't feel too underpowered on the ground, and you also get the ability to call in structures. So if you want some laser turrets appearing, some walls, maybe a command bunker, then you can do this with a few button clicks on your controller. All of these structures can of course be placed on the ground, and there's not many spots in the landscape where you can't actually build them, although there are some unusual bits of ground that you can't for some reason, even though it looks like you can. But I only encountered this a couple of times, so that's not too much of an issue. The game online does get pretty frantic when you consider there's 32 players vying for control of the landscape, switching between Starhawks, mechs, and running around on the ground calling in structures. So you do really have to stay on your toes. Does it have the power to pull people off Call of Duty and Battlefield? Possibly not, but the gameplay is really enjoyable, and it's visually a pretty nice looking game as well, considering the amount of action that's going on. The frame rate stays at a constant high level, which is pretty good. Yes, the single player may be short, but that's not the draw of this game. The draw is the multiplayer. If you're after a decent PlayStation 3 multiplayer game that's a little bit different from the norm, give this a go. I recommend it. It really is a great feeling to shoot people out of the sky, turn into a mech, and then finish off the guys on the ground. Very, very good title. If the draw of large, frantic multiplayer battles aren't for you, you also get the bonus of the original PlayStation 1 title, Warhawk, as well, just to sweeten the deal a little bit. Moving on to Minecraft, which is, of course, the port of the very popular PC downloadable title. Just to put into perspective of how big of a title this is for Xbox Live Arcade, over 1 million of you downloaded it in the first few days alone. It smashed the download record that had been set by Trials Evolution only a few weeks earlier for day one sales. That's pretty incredible. All the elements of Minecraft, such as, of course, the mining, the crafting, and all your inventory and things like that, have all been mapped to the Xbox Live controller really well. This particular version has made the game more accessible to new players. Instead of just sort of grabbing a load of ingredients and seeing what you can make, the Xbox Live version actually shows you what you can make with what you've got and what you're missing to make certain things. So within a few presses you can have made a crafting table, then maybe a bed, then a door. It's all a lot more simple. Saying that though, although there are some tutorial messages, you do have to find out a lot just by yourself, or obviously via the internet and your friends. One very impressive feature about the Xbox Live Arcade port is the fact that you can have 4 players split screen, and you can have up to 8 players over Xbox Live, all crafting in the same world. However, There is one slight flaw, and that is whoever's hosting it gets to sort of save the world. If you wanted to go back and carry on crafting that world, the person who hosted it originally needs to load that game. So no ability to share maps to other users yet. There is a button in the menu for downloadable content, and it is strongly believed that there will be an option to share maps in the near future. Hopefully it will come as free as just an update and you won't have to pay Microsoft points for it. Fingers crossed. When I was playing online with 3 friends, I did notice when we were all sort of mining and doing our own thing in quite a nearby vicinity, the game did start to suffer a little bit from slowdown. It wasn't a massive amount, but it does show that the Xbox doesn't have quite as much RAM as say my desktop has, which very rarely encountered any slowdown unless I was building something completely ridiculous with loads of other people. It is also on the more expensive scale of Microsoft Xbox Live games. It's 1,600 points. However, for what you're getting, it is well worth those amount of points. What you can do in Minecraft, well, it's up to your imagination basically. You can do so much. And the fact you can do so much with so many of your friends as well is brilliant. If they can just add that feature to be able to share your maps, then this will be an absolutely magnificent title. This game is all about exploring not just the landscape, but also your imagination. You'll start building some crazy objects within no time. I even had a friend who managed to create the Statue of Liberty. Well, a version of it. It looked pretty good anyway. If you've never heard or seen anything about Minecraft before, you'll probably think this is a really cutesy and pointless game. Download the demo, start crafting a few things, maybe get a Minecraft wiki page up, and you'll start to enjoy it for what it is, and that's a brilliant, imaginative adventure. You know, it's brilliant. It's totally worth a download. I recommend you give it a go. And there we have it, Starhawk and Minecraft. In Starhawk, you've got a very good multiplayer game with a single player component. I wouldn't recommend it if you're just after a single player game. It's the multiplayer of Starhawk that is the draw. Sort of the same with Minecraft, although having that ability to build whatever you want means that you can still play it single player and really enjoy it. But again, the strength to that is in its multiplayer. Building things and crafting worlds with other people is just fantastic. If you've enjoyed this video, why not subscribe to the channel? We've got lots of other content on blastprocess.com and on our YouTube page, so check them out while you're there. Yeah, that's it for now. I'll be back in the near future. Bye!